Welcome to the Ultimate Mixtape, an Andrew McMahon fan podcast covering his projects from something corporate to wilderness and everything in between. Join your hosts, Jess and Jimmy, as they talk about the Andrew McMahon fandom, upcoming shows, news, and discuss the music with you, the fans.
What's up, everybody? We are back, bringing you to season 3 of the Ultimate Mixtape. I'm Jess Manzilla, and with me, as always, is my partner in crime and life, Jimmy McFadden.
That's me. Hey, guys.
We've had a lot going on personally and professionally, so we decided to take a little break, but now it feels like it's the perfect time to get back into the swing of things, especially since we have so much to talk about when it comes to this epic Something Corporate tour hitting the US. We're all pretty excited about that and can't wait to go.
Exactly. I can't either. I can't believe it's finally here because it seemed like it was announced so long ago, and now it's like, now we're here. But I think the break off of the podcast and just everything in general has been good. I think it is, obviously this week is the first of the show, so it's probably the right time to start this back up again. But yeah, you talked about life, and it's like life has been hellish, I'll say, to start the year. We had a great end of the year with going to the Anaheim shows, but then 2 days, I think it was 2 days into the year, I got COVID. And then 6 days into the year, I got laid off. So it was a pretty amazing start to the year. So yeah, so COVID, layoff, and we were only at January 8th. So needless to say, I've put in, I think it was over like 350 applications, and I only had one company actually interview me. Thankfully, I got the job. But with that job, we had to move out of state. And as you guys know, we love Florida and everything about the beaches. So it's a pretty difficult move personally for both of us, but this job was like a dream job scenario for me. So it's worth the move. So as of like 7 weeks ago, we actually moved to South Carolina. So it's definitely been a crazy first half of the year. I'm glad things have calmed down some. And now we can focus back on going to concerts and how our life was prior to this mess. But this week there's, Brooklyn, New York, Philly. We will be going to the New York City Pier 17 show and the Met at Philadelphia. We won't be going to the Brooklyn show. We are actually flying back to Florida, of all places, to see Blink 182. We have pit tickets for it, and I refuse to give them up. So we will be flying back to Orlando on Wednesday. So, Jess, what do you think? Are you ready for all this weekend traveling?
You know, when we first start like planning all this stuff, I'm like, yeah, it's going to be awesome. And then when we get there and have to do all this stuff, then I'm like, what the hell were we thinking?
That's so awesome.
So I know that right now we've needed a little bit of a break from life, and it'll be exciting to see like our friends up north again. We haven't really traveled either, and we're pretty used to being able to do that pretty consistently. So I'm excited to get back to that. I mean, now we're here in South Carolina planning a trip for the top of the tour. I wish we would have known there would have been another show, because we probably could have worked that out and gotten more sleep. But here we are. But I mean, as far as this tour goes, one thing that we can all agree on is that we really appreciate how Andrew is and how he tries to always do right by his fans. And he's been on like this crusade the last couple of years to stop scalpers from overcharging people and taking advantage of people wanting to go to shows. And I mean, although this time it did lead to some panic, some of the tickets were randomly canceled for people. I know that in some of the Facebook groups, they were saying, like, when they talked to customer service, it triggered, they were triggering some sort of scalper thing in their systems, and that's why their tickets got canceled. So
Right.
I'm not sure what that criteria was, but I would have been pissed,
Yeah.
like majorly.
Yeah.
And most of those shows sold out, so it's not like you can really go back and buy tickets.
Right.
And we already had like so much anxiety, so I can only imagine what happened with the people that, lost their tickets. But Jimmy, what do you think about how Andrew's team handled the fans that got their tickets taken away or didn't have a good experience with this ticketing system?
Mhm. Yeah, I think Andrew and his team are actually trying to do what they can. I think it's a very hard task to take down Ticketmaster, or even all the bots and all that. But I think they've done a good job overall. The canceling of tickets is not obviously their fault. That's just I think that's a really shitty Ticketmaster thing, because I think one person even like I think they got canceled tickets because they bought out of state tickets, and it was like we all travel all over the US for these shows. So that's really bogus if you're going to cancel somebody's ticket because they're buying an out of state venue.
Yeah.
But I think they, like, as a team, Andrew's done really well. I think they're really looking out for Camp Wilderness. They definitely have priority, it seems like. And I like that they had that, I think it was a form to fill out. If your tickets did get canceled, they were going to try to work with you, try to get you other tickets or something. I don't know how it all worked out. I do remember the form. But again, I think it's a super hard task, but I think they're doing everything that they can in
Mhm.
order to like alleviate the situation, like relieve it somewhat. But it's still stressful. Even like it was stressful for us, even just, and our tickets weren't canceled, but you would see like people's tickets canceled. It's like, oh shit, I got to check my Ticketmaster account like every hour to make sure I didn't get canceled too. Um, but yeah, I think that's not an Andrew thing, so I don't know where that's coming from. But the only thing I think that I am not totally like 100% behind is the resale, and that like
Mhm.
I can't just like the Anaheim tickets, for example. We had Anaheim tickets, we had two extra, and I was trying to sell them, but I couldn't like sell them to like a specific friend. I had to like wait in line, like a first come first serve. Whoever bought them, like our ticket was just next in line. Thankfully, our tickets sold, I think, like a day before the actual show. But like
Mhm.
Amanda, her tickets never sold, and it was like I'm sure she could have found somebody to buy them for less than face value. It's not like we were looking to make money from them; we just wanted them sold.
Right.
Um, so I don't know. I think that part is still kind of weird. I think you should be able to sell them to who you want, if you have like someone who's willing to buy them. Um, but yeah, enough of that soapbox. But what did you think of like how they announced like this tour, the dates, and like this? I think the locations have been really good that they chose. What do you think of all that?
You know, I'm starting to think maybe somebody on Andrew's team was listening to our podcast, because this is the vibe we've wanted the whole time. Like,
Yep.
I wish they would have rolled this out for Andrew's album.
I
Like,
agree.
this is the creativity that they did with the Out of Office tour is probably the best that he's done in a while, being
Yep.
able to have all the marketing matching and, the corporate memos and videos and things that are going out. Like, I think that I just really love how that all came together. And I mean, whoever designed this came up with the nostalgia of it. I think it's brilliant. I mean, they really like went for it with that. So I think all of us kind of appreciate seeing these old reminders, because I mean, our generation was the one that started having computers in their house
Mhm.
and cell phones. And now that we're all adults and we have our adult jobs working in
Mhm.
offices or whatever it may be,
Yep.
it's kind of fun and relatable to see like a corporate emo memo going around. And I think it's kind of cool how when everything was released, it was almost like a scavenger hunt.
It
A
was.
lot of fans were posting about how venues were reposting the
Mhm.
photo of the tour.
Yep.
And basically everybody kind of got together and started trying to put the puzzle together, like this venue's on the list, this venue's on the list. So it was kind of fun to see fans come together and everyone searching for the clues
Yeah,
to see what cities were going to end up on there. I think that made it really exciting.
agree.
And of course, if you were in Andrew's fan club, Camp Wilderness, you kind of already knew some of the dates and the cities because Andrew had told us ahead of time on a call.
Yeah.
So once again, if you want that early information, join the fan club. But I really liked how this rolled out, and they even did, like, if you signed up early enough, you also got like an email announcement or a paper announcement of the tour that was autographed by everybody in the band.
And it was in
So,
like an inner office envelope. It was brilliant.
yeah. So I think they did really cool things with this, and I'm pretty, impressed that they were able to get this all together. So, what did you think of the marketing and the tour announcements and stuff?
Yeah, I think it's been stellar. I think they did a great job from like Brian Ireland saying he's been waiting in the parking lot for 20 years. Like I felt that. I felt like I was in that car with him waiting. And then like even like Andrew with the stapler and then the fax machine saying you're fucked. Like it was so well thought out. Like it was just like this is really good. But even like the Instagram posts, like the iPod photos, uh,
Mhm.
the AOL IM. When I heard that door creak, it was like
Hey.
that shit took me back real far.
Mhm.
But it was like whoever did this, and I know they've been working on it. I think I heard like for 6 months. You can tell how much like time and effort they've put into this marketing thing.
Yeah.
It's been really good. Really, like you said, well thought out, and probably like the best one he's done in a really long time. Definitely excited to see like the backdrop of like at the show. Like, is he going to
Mhm.
bring any of that old nostalgia back? But now that everything's like out, the tour dates are there. What do you think people are going to like expect from the tour?
Um, I mean, first let's talk about the openers. We have Days Away, Hidden in Plain View, Kevin Devine, Alistair, and May,
Mhm.
which I think some are wins and some are maybe not. I mean, what I kind of saw was that people were a little confused about some of these. I'm not saying that, you know, Kevin Devine is not talented because I've seen him several times.
Right.
Met the guy, super nice.
Mhm.
Um, love Bad Books. Like
He was on
he,
Rockboat.
yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
I just don't know if his vibe goes with the something corporate vibe.
Yep.
I know a lot of these guys have like played in bands together throughout the years and different variations, like, the guys in Days Away. I
Mhm.
mean, if you look at their information, they only have like less than 2,000 monthly listeners.
Mhm.
Um, but one of the guys plays with like Anthony Green, and so it's like it's all intertwined.
Yep.
But I just expected something different. I guess I expected a little bit more pop punk. What
Mhm.
did you think about the openers?
Yeah, I thought the same. I was wondering if scheduling was the issue,
Mhm.
because it's only like the weekend shows. So I don't know if an artist would like is willing to do that instead of like touring like all during the week.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was a scheduling issue or what. Finance is always a thing too. Could be money. Um,
Yeah.
but but yeah, I don't like you said the Kevin Devine. We saw him on Rockboat. I thought he was very good, very talented, but he's kind of like mild and chill. And
Mhm.
then you're gonna see like them open with Space, and it's gonna be like, what the hell? This is totally a different show. Um, so yeah,
Mhm.
I don't want to say underwhelming because that's probably too rude to say, but it's not what I expected. But
Mhm.
I'm still very excited about the shows.
Yeah, and like I said, not taking away from any of those bands,
Oh,
especially, Alistair and Hidden in Plain View. I think they're like the right vibe,
for sure.
but I think you could be correct about the the timing, because
Mhm.
there is so many openers and it's only one opener per show. So it's kind of like they just get right into it.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll kind of see like how they hype up this show, and
Mhm.
maybe, I mean, we all kind of said that they didn't really need openers because we're more excited to see them and would rather them play more songs. So in theory, that's kind of what they're doing.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, I think we can expect that high energy show. I think if people really lean into the fun and the nostalgia of it, I think it's probably going to be some of the most fun shows of the summer.
I agree.
Uh, of course, until the cruise,
Right.
we're going to have a blast there, but we'll cover that on another episode. Um, it sounds like they have some fun set stuff planned, but
Mhm.
I mean, I don't really know anything specific yet. And if it's like the other shows, maybe we'll see some fun moments of like confetti or something like that.
Mhm.
And um, I think that it's going to be a lot of fun,
Mhm.
but it's more fun to almost watch them
It is.
performing
Yeah.
because it's so infectious, like the joy and the happiness that they are having just playing the songs. So if everybody just keeps it fun and simple, who knows? There could be more coming from them.
Right.
They are dropping a brand new song that is technically something corporate with Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness.
Mhm.
I'm sure just so it shows up on all their search bars. But
Right.
so that's pretty exciting. Like things can happen. It sounded like from the last video, the video they did on Andrew's YouTube channel, they seemed somewhat reluctant to commit to a full album of any
Yeah.
sort. But you never know. If they have a lot of fun with this, there could be more things that happen. And I mean, you get to shoot some of the shows. So, what are you hoping to see on this tour?
Yeah, the shooting will be a lot of fun. I think the shows just in general are going to be fun. We
Yeah.
were lucky enough to see, was it four of them last year?
Mhm.
And each one I thought was very, very good. I think Vegas was probably the best energy just because it had been so
Right.
long. And just how they started, like that whole crowd was amazing. Um,
Mhm.
so I would hope to see that same type of atmosphere at all these shows. Because they're the hype like behind them coming back, and all the fans just seem just ecstatic that it's finally the tour is finally here. But like you said, that YouTube chat that they did, I guess it was last week. You can just truly tell they're genuinely happy to be together. They were talking about like inside jokes that are 20 plus years old. It was like they're like little kids
Mhm.
that are just enjoying time together. So I definitely expect the energy to be great. Like I said earlier, I'm interested to see what the stage setup is going to be like, because it could be really cool. I've loved what he did with the piano,
Mhm.
to bring back like the drive-through sticker, the North piano and stuff like that. So it's gonna be fun. But yeah, I'm excited. I get to shoot Pier 17 and the Met this weekend. I've never been to either venue, so I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Pier 17 looks really, really cool with the backdrop of New York City, and then the Met, the indoor venue, but it looks beautiful inside. So hoping to get a lot of great pictures. I think it's gonna be really fun to travel this weekend.
Mhm.
But this might be a touchy subject. But I'm gonna bring it up anyway. Um, there's been some, let's say, rumblings about various people traveling for shows. Um,
Mhm.
I have my own 2 cents that I'll share in a minute. But what do you think of like things that we've heard? I'm going to say in the last like 4 months, about people complaining about people traveling to their city. I didn't realize they own the city, but uh, to their city shows.
I mean, I kind of followed some like drama for Taylor Swift fans that have traveled, and they, you know, will post TikToks that these fans in other countries are so mean to Americans.
Mm.
And actually last summer or the summer before when My Chem was touring, it was like the same thing. Like I saw like a bunch of people like went to Australia,
Right.
and the Australian people were mad because like how often does My Chemical Romance go to Australia?
Mhm.
So in a way, like I understand. I get it,
To an extent.
but it's music and
Mhm.
we all love the same thing. And really, this instance is very similar to those experiences because a lot of Andrew's fans have started to travel a lot more.
Yeah.
People are always commenting or posting like, "Hey, I'm going here. Like, do you
Mhm.
have suggestions of places?"
Yeah.
So, personally, I get it, but I think if you have the means and it's something that you like to do, like, let's all just have fun with it. Um, I do think we should just be excited about the tour, and let's be real. There's only going to be like 20 to 30 people on the barricade every night.
Right.
So if that's important to you and that's your fun, so be it.
Right.
And basically, in a way, I'm just saying, like, let's not piss on anybody else's Cheerios. Let's just have fun. We're all adults now and sing the songs that we love.
Mhm.
But, something else that I kind of thought would be fun um, was that at some of the past shows, Jimmy and I like to bring props, if you will. So, Vegas, we brought globes and some astronauts. Before we brought like
Oh,
inflatable palm trees and things like that. Pumpkins we've done before.
yeah.
Like we just like to do stuff to have fun in the crowd. So I would challenge other fans to think of fun things to do as well. Like
Yeah.
let's make this like a really fun experience for everybody. I know we used to always do like glow sticks or things like that,
Yeah.
just to include people, make friends, and uh,
Mhm.
that's kind of what going to shows is all about.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
what about you, Jimmy? What do you think about traveling and all that fun stuff?
How nice do I have to be?
Let's be decent.
Okay. So to me, we are all adults. We all have jobs. Thankfully, I have one again, so I am earning money again. But to me, it's like we can spend our money how we want to.
Hmm.
We want to travel like we did last year. We saw Soko 4 times. And guess what? That's what we would do, or that's what we did. And it's like none of those trips were cheap. They were super, super expensive. So it's like if that's what we decided to do, that's what we decided to do. Other people could go do something else with their money, but that's how we chose to spend our money. So I guess I get it to an extent, like you want to have your home show, but you don't own the city. And if we want to travel to the city, we're going to bring income to your city. So get over it. But it's like this week we're going to go see Blink in Orlando. But we just moved out of Florida. So should we not be allowed to go see the show? It's like it's really stupid. It's like I just don't get it. And it's not just Andrew. Like you said, it's like Mike Cam, it's Taylor Swift. It's really any artist, but to
Hmm.
say like people should just stay in their city, it's just to me it's absolutely ignorant. Like we can go travel wherever we want to, and we will go travel wherever we want to. That's why we're going to New York and Philly, and then we'll go back to Orlando in September for the Soko show again. So it's like I just it should be a good time. Like we're gonna see friends in New York that we haven't seen for quite some time, and I'm super excited about that. And it's like, let's just all have a good time. Where everyone is so excited about Soko being back. It's like, just enjoy yourself. Um,
Yeah.
but I could go on, but I won't. But it's just annoying to me because everyone has their right to spend the money how they want to, and
Hmm.
we choose to, I guess, fund Cecilia's college, and so that's how we're spending our money.
She's gonna go to the best schools in California.
She better. But no, so that's what I think. It's like when people come down to Orlando, am I like, no, don't come down here? No, it's like we know two friends from Boston are coming to the
Mhm.
Orlando show, and it's like I can't wait to hang out with them and see them. Like that's how it should be. Um,
Yeah, I think it kind of helps build the camaraderie between the fans, right? You meet people from all over the country. Like if we didn't travel for these shows, we wouldn't know anyone that we know. So,
Know each
uh,
other.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
let's be real. We wouldn't have met in Chicago. Like, that's how real that is. So it's
Yeah, so I think, like you said, make fun with it and let's all not stress on that. But one thing that they added that I thought was pretty interesting and familiar sounding was they just released today, the 18th, that they have some pre show like cocktail hours
yeah,
that
that's
they're
what.
putting together.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, we did stuff very similar, Andrew's last tour,
Mhm.
and it was a blast. It sounds like they kind of said that there's potential that maybe the guys could show up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hold my breath on it too much, but you never know.
Yeah.
They could come rolling through to say hi real quick. And I think one of them is where you have to RSVP,
Mhm.
right? Is it the Pierce 17 one?
Yeah. Yeah. The Pier
Yeah.
17 one, you have to RSVP.
Yeah, so you have to RSVP for that, and then the other two are just open. So I think it kind of, just like everything else that we've been saying, builds the camaraderie. It sounds like they're giving away some goodies and things like that at these events. So they're trying to promote this new song with something
Yeah.
corporate and Andrew. So I would definitely, I at least want to check out one of them,
Yeah.
if it's not too crazy.
Mhm.
Um, I'm just curious as to how like the line situation would go for something like that,
Mhm.
because as we talked about in our episodes about New Year's Eve, like doing VIP and then coming back in the line, there was some tension about that. So I don't know if people are going to try to do both things or how that's going to work
Yeah.
out.
Or one person goes, one person stays.
Yeah.
I
It
don't know.
sounds like it's what, 2 hours they planned for
Yeah,
before
2 hours.
doors.
2 hours before the doors. Thankfully, we don't want barricade for either show, so
Yeah.
there will be
So,
no drama here. But yeah,
so we
I think
plan
it's
on
a great.
checking it out.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Like, I think it's a great idea because, like, when
Mhm.
you did it in Fort Lauderdale and Orlando, it's like, look who we met out of that.
Yeah, so many amazing people
Yeah,
that
yeah,
we keep seeing at shows because we like similar music and it's just like made it so fun.
right. Yeah. So no, I think it's a great idea. I hope like maybe Andrew would show up
Yeah.
at some point during it, even if it was for like 10 minutes. I think it would go far with the fans if he showed up. But if he doesn't, that's okay too. It's like I think it's more just to get fans together and meet each other.
Mhm. Yeah. And I think it's going to help build those relationships for the boat.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, I mean, we've been all across this great country seeing this Piano Man, but there's still tons of people that you kind of just know as like an Instagram name or,
Yeah,
handle. And it'll be cool to have all these people in one spot.
right.
I'm hoping that I can get some sort of AM fam photo
Mhm,
opportunity.
mhm.
I was thinking of doing something the first night to where everybody can just meet up, have drinks, and finally get to like say hi to everybody. So,
That's a great idea. Yeah, that's a really good
yeah.
idea. No, I think it's gonna be fun. I hope everyone enjoys the shows. I'm sure we'll do a recap of this weekend.
Yep,
Um,
that's the next episode.
yeah, but no, it's good to be back on season 3. Looking forward to doing more of these in the coming weeks now that our life is calmer.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have fun with it. And I mean, I don't have anything else. Do you have anything, Jimmy?
I'm good. Just enjoy the shows. Bring your iPod Nanos and enjoy the show.
Hopefully, we will see you guys out in the wild.
True. Awesome. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Thank Thank you for listening to The Ultimate Mixtape, an Andrew McMahon fan podcast. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe everywhere you listen to your podcasts. To keep up with the latest news, visit our website, www.theultimatemixtape.com.